Hey guys, Steve here with Web2ink, and in this video we're going to go over how to manage your store orders and how to manage your web-to-print stores in the admin section of your website. So in a previous video we made this online store, and we're going to place an order here and then check it out in the admin. So let's get started. I'm going to grab a t-shirt here, put in my info. I'm going to get one of these. So right now this store has what we call order tags, and the order tag for this particular store is Coach. So I'll hit this drop down box and pick one of these coaches. So these are the two available coaches. These order tags can basically be a little drop down section where your customers have to choose, they have to make a choice of either coach or department or any type of variable that's going to help you sort and identify these orders. If I were to try to add to cart without choosing the tag, it's not going to work. So I'm going to say this is for Coach Tom. I'm going to click add to cart. Then I'm just going to go back to the store, and let's go ahead and toss a bag into the cart as well. Let's say we get 2 bags. Again, I got to choose my tags. This one will be for Coach Tom as well. Typically, order tags will stay the same throughout an order, depending on what variable it is. In the coach scenario, or the department scenario, if it's a corporate store, usually when one customer places an order, all of the tags will remain the same. So we've got our items in the shopping cart. I'm just going to go ahead and check out. All right. Okay, great. So that order's been placed. As you can see, there's an order confirmation page with all the details about the order. It has a link to the item that was purchased. So let's go ahead and check this out in the admin, and I'll show you guys how to manage these orders. Okay, so this is the admin for the website that hosts the store that we were just on. So we're at the dashboard here. Let's go, there's a couple of places to see this information. Let's first look at the orders. So this is the order that was just placed. We have the t-shirt that we ordered and the bag, and we have all of the information here. It was ice gray and extra large. This does accept names and numbers, therefore the name's James, the number's 23, what store it came from and what profit, and then the order tag, which is which coach. So this is your typical area to check for orders. So under WooCommerce and under orders, you're going to see all of your orders together. But a lot of scenarios are going to come up, especially if you're doing fundraising stores or campaign style stores where they run for a certain amount of time, and then you want to go back and do all the orders at once. You don't want to have to fish through here and figure out which orders are store orders and which orders aren't. So I'm going to show you how to narrow down your store orders and how to manage them. The first place you can check is right here where it says store orders. You can click on store orders. This is going to have all of your store orders from all of your stores. So this is good because you can see store orders only, but you're seeing all the store orders. And in a typical scenario, you're going to want to view the orders on a store-by-store basis so you can, schedule and manage your production and make a check sheet to, cross off orders as you do them. So we're going to go to this Save Designs section and go to Custom Stores. So these are all of the stores that are open on this website. store name, the user who opened the store, and the status of the stores, if they're allowed, if they're approved, and if they're visible. This is the link to the store date. In this column, if the store has a close date, it will show. And in this column, if the store has a specific markup that is different than your general markup that applies to all stores, that will show here. And then right here, this is where you can click to see orders on a store-by-store basis. So I'm going to click on the big store. This is a page where you can control just the settings for this specific store. So it has a link to the store page, it has a link to show the orders, and it has a link to view the user's account. Right here, if you wanted to assign a password to this store, you could. Right here is the name and the slug, and of course it's allowed, approved, and visible. This is the profit for that store, which this is the general upcharge. So this means that it's a general profit. It's applying the same amount of profit to all the stores. So say you wanted to add a specific markup just to this store, you could do so right here. So say I want to add another 15%. I'm going to put that in there. Right here is where you can assign specific store template pages. So if you have a certain template that you've created, and we'll go over that in another video, but if you have a certain template you've created that you want to use for the home page, the category page, or the product page, we call it design page, but essentially it's the product page, you can put in the template numbers here. If your store is going to have a close date, you can put it in here. And then this is where you can manage the order tags. This is where you as the admin would add or remove order tags. But also when you're creating a store, you can add tags through the store creation functionality, which is on the front end of the website. So if you make any changes here, like I added this markup, you're just going to want to click submit, and that will save your changes. So right below that, you're going to have pictures of all the store items that are on this particular store's page. So if you click an item, it's going to take you to that specific item and give you a lot of options. You can download the worksheet and the zip files for just this item. You can preview the design, or you can open the design in the design tool. Usually this is not used very much. The main thing that people are using this page for is right here, the custom pricing. So when you create stores, you're going to assign certain pricing and print processes to those stores. But say if you want to just override the automated pricing, or you need to set a really specific price for a product, you can just come to its product page and put in your quantities and your prices here. So this shirt, I might want to make it $25 if someone's only buying one. Say if somebody gets 12, maybe I'll make them $20 each. And say if somebody orders 100, we could make them $15 each. And then I can just save these prices. And now that's going to automatically change the prices of that product on the store. So let's take a quick look. We'll just go back here to custom stores. This is the big store. I'm going to click the link right here under show store page. And we'll go back to that same product. I'll get a quantity of one. And you can see this is now $31.25. So this price has changed from what it was, and that price is determined by this markup, that markup, and the cost that I just set right here. So let's move on, and we'll go back to the custom stores. Now, say if you need to remove a store, that's very easy. You would just go to the user's account. Say here we'll go to Mr. Big. So this is his account page. And right down here you've got some custom settings for his store. If you wanted to, you could change his permissions here. I think it's a lot easier to just manage it through the custom stores tab. But if you're down here, you can also click on manage store, and it will take you right back to that same page that we were just on where we were making some changes. But going back to what I was saying, if you want to delete somebody's store, the only way to delete a store is to remove the user. So when you remove a user, say we don't want to, say that Mr. Big created a store and we don't like what he's selling, maybe they're offensive t-shirts or something, we can just delete his account and then his store is completely gone. So let's go back to where we're going to manage the stores, and let's take a look at the store orders, because this is where you're going to spend the most time, and this is where you're going to view orders for a specific store. So we'll go to the big store again. I'll click on store orders. So you can see this store has two orders, number 6684 and 6681. So if you click on the order numbers, it's going to take you directly to the order page. Let's get back there right quick. Right here it's going to tell you exactly what product it is and the variables. So this was the natural red color. It's going to tell you the profit. So on this order there were 6 of these ordered. The profit was $4.57 per, and that's at a rate of 25%. And then this is the total profit for this order. This order had a order tag of Coach Tom. And this is where the personalization would show up, which we can see on the next order. So the next order is for a t-shirt. It's got all of the product information here, the variables here, color, size, and personalization. Again, the profits, the order tag, and this is the personalization. So the name on the back of this shirt was Manning, and the number was 18. Now you're also, say if you have a store order or a store that's getting tons of orders, you can filter these orders with a date range. You can filter the orders based on the status of the order. So say you've done half of them and you only want to see the ones that are still pending. You can do that. You can filter the orders by the profit status if you've paid or have not paid out the profit. And then you can filter the orders by the tag. So say I only want to work on Coach Tina's orders today. I can just type that in there and hit filter. It will show me just the orders that are tagged with Coach Tina. And you can also, so I'll get rid of that. We'll see both orders. You can also download a CSV file, like a spreadsheet file, with all of the order information. So to do that, you would just click on Export CSV and save that to your hard drive. I've already got one here. So we'll take a look at the CSV file. It's got the design ID, design names, all of the product details. If there were order tags, they'll appear here, the quantities, the profit, and the total profit. If profits have been paid, they'll show up here, and then team order name and team order number. So any personalization of names will be here, and numbers will be here. So this is really handy, especially if you have stores that have a certain close date. You can print out that spreadsheet and just do your production and check the orders off as you go. And then you can cross-reference that with the order tags like Coach Tom and Coach Tina, and that way you'll know, okay, these 20 orders are going to Coach Tom, these 20 orders are going to Coach Tina. Or if it's a corporate store, it might be separated by departments. You know, these 20 orders are going to the sales department, these 20 orders are going to the HR department. So that is how you're able to manage and filter through your store orders. One other thing, say you want to look at a bunch of store orders at the same time, you could just go up here and start picking more stores. And then you'll hit refresh, and you'll see all the corresponding store orders from all the stores that you have selected up here. Let's take just 1 second to talk a little bit more about the order tags. The order tags are fantastic, and they're great for separating the orders, based on who's the coach or what department they're going to, or maybe if it's a franchise business, which location they're shipping to. So let's take a look at that a little bit more. I'm going to go back to the big store. And so right here, if I'm entering an additional tag, let's just say we're going to keep the coach tag, but let's say we want to add another tag here. It could be any type of information you want to gather from your customer. It could be whether or not they want it for shipment or for pickup, or whether or not they want it to go to a coach, or basically any type of information you want to gather, you can make a tag here for that. So let's say one of the tags might be gift packaging. I could add an order tag, and I could add an option of no and an option of yes. I would submit that. Then let's go to this store. I'll just use this link right here. Alright, so we'll go back to that store. And now you can see we have a new, I'm going to just put in one large. You can see we have 2 sections here that we're going to have to choose. So I'm going to leave this one blank, and I'm going to choose no and try to add to cart. It's always going to make sure that you answer both order tags, or that you make a selection for both order tags. So we'll say Coach Tom, and we'll say yes on the gift packaging. Then we can add it to cart and place our order. But for now, I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit more in depth how the order tags work. So that's how you're going to manage your store orders. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.